RagnaroK. Trap. ByuN. Ryung. Most competitive 1 versus 1 game.
Oh, guys, it's so cool to have an audience down here. Even if it's a small one, welcome those of you in the studio. And those of you at home, don't forget, you can come see GSL live.
Yeah, well, if
you
you're
can
in
be
Korea.
there.
Yeah, and actually, I think at this point, you don't have to quarantine when you fly into the country, right?
I actually don't know. I don't want to say, like, no, because then someone's going to get on an airplane and come here and
Well, if they do
be
that,
trapped in a hotel room for like 7 days.
never take financial advice from Tasteless.
Yeah. No, take all financial advice. I'm also a doctor, so this is health advice as well.
That's good. And guess what? Everything I tweet reflects my company's policies.
That's right, yeah.
How do you like that?
Instead of tweets are my own, it's like, no, this is the official opinion of TV.
Not just that, but the government of Korea and America.
It's so funny. I love that. Like, tweets are my own. I'm like, I don't know. Does this hold in a court of law? Like, how does this work?
Like, listen, you're just a coward for typing that, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our standings thus far. Trap up at the top, Rogue right behind. +2, +1, -1, -2, but Ryung hasn't played yet, so now we can see where he goes.
Whoa! What is happening? This is looking schizophrenic here.
Well, we're just trying every
Let's go
screen that we
everywhere.
have.
Let's see what cameras are.
I want to see the bracket from Super Tournament next.
Oh my God, guys, this is going to be a fun one. Look, Ryung looked amazing. I think he had like the best performance and the best games in the first. What was round of 20? I'm still getting used to saying round of 20, round of 10. What is this music?
I don't know,
It sounded like there were horses trotting for a second.
Something like that. I thought it was soldiers marching, but
okay.
Yeah, Ryung is the player I'm most excited about right now.
Yeah.
You know, he's really been popping off lately. Like, he looked great in Katowice. Here he's looking amazing as well. He had the sickest comeback ever against Zest. And I'm excited to see what he does here. And honestly, like, those games from that group, like, even against Maru, they were really good.
Yeah.
Real good games from him. So now we get to see his other matchup, Terran versus Zerg.
This is going to be a fun one. Everybody's saying, by the way, that Ryung is, like, super sick. Like, he's so good right now. And it definitely looked like it there. But against Rogue, I mean, almost nobody ever beats Rogue. Like, if you were a betting person and you wanted to be as conservative as possible, you just always bet on Rogue.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He's good. Always going to be above 50% against everyone, I would say.
Yeah, he's basically favored against all players. This is music that is mixed in with just people reloading guns. What is this music?
Yeah, this is some sort of army music.
Yeah, this is...
It's a Call of Duty theme.
Oh, so funny.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Rogue.
Oh. Where are they going? They're going to make 2 barracks. And one is right, just kind of wedged in there. And
this is some very forward play. Does he check the side? No, he does not.
Oh my gosh.
But the Overlord, will it see?
It's not going to see.
Oh, it's not going to see.
No.
Oh, Tasteless.
Oh, no. Rogue, the calls are coming from inside the house.
Yeah, they definitely are this time.
Yeah. Well, this is peak StarCraft right here.
Oh, for sure.
This is, we call this your worst game on your ladder day.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what? Oh, all right. Screw this guy.
Yeah. All right, finishes the first one, starts the bunker. I mean, this hatchery is just gone. Well, we just get to see what Rogue wants to do as a recovery here. It's funny because Ryung and Maru hang out a lot, and obviously Maru and Rogue were teammates for years and years and years.
Yeah, yeah.
Which actually made Rogue, in my opinion, the best anti-proxy 2 Rax player in the world, because Maru's by far the best proxy player.
All right, let's look. Oh, you look at Rogue's face.
Yeah, and I'm just
the
wondering
unhappy
if
smile.
Maru's like, oh, I got this one in my back pocket if you want it for Rogue. Like,
yeah.
I was going to do this against him in our next finals, but here you go. So
this
that
is
hatchery's
extremely
gone.
tough to recover from. It's one of the hardest things in the game is the Zerg's lost the natural expansion. It's trying to be functional. The Lings don't even get out.
No. And he's making a couple of spines. I don't think you try to walk down and save this, right? I think you give it up.
He's going to
But
get the queen out.
if you
time,
give it
though.
up, like, how do you ever win from here? That's
well, we're going to find out if there is a way to win from here.
Yeah, it seems like impossible.
Well, if he's going to reclaim it, it's got to be now. I'm worried that there's actually just not enough health on the hatchery to. He's going to lose this, and then. I mean, let's see if he can win this fight.
It's a perfectly timed out thing, right? Like the Broodlings come out, tank a lot of damage, and he's trying to burrow these spines.
Oh my god.
And you know, okay, he pushes the push back, and he can remake the hatch. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's as good as you can really do, right?
This bunker's still here, so like, you know,
you're right.
he's halfway there. I feel like you, me, and Rogue all forgot about that bunker until he went over there and filled it in. We're like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't over yet.
Maybe you think that, you know, your opponent's going to sell that off or something. Anyways, he does get rid of it. And now he can finally get that hatchery down once again. Both the spines are in the ground. But obviously a good position for Ryung. He's got to be feeling great right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, let's see where he wants to take the game from here, you know. I think there are still possibilities for Rogue to try to take this game because he did actually kill off the bunkers and everything over at the natural. I think had that not been killed, this would have just been, well, we'd be in game 2, basically.
So Cloak on the way. Banshee will be started shortly here, no doubt. Third command center coming up. Always like that. It's pretty common. See very fast third CC, but he did go Banshee first, so that could be a little bit tricky here for Rogue. Some brainy play here out of Ryung so far.
And
Dog is watching him.
Yeah, just getting the third command center here. They're trying to just continue to get growth out here. And I guess using the Banshee to at least keep the Zerg honest. You know, generate somewhat of a threat. No surprises there. This is a Banshee with Cloak, by the way. This is kind of a cool little transition post the rush.
Yeah, and anything, if you're trying to cheese him or something, the Banshee will just shut it down.
Yeah.
Kind of funny seeing that Barracks turn around to chase away the Overlord. It's like something you don't think about very often, right?
Yeah.
Like it turned around and went towards the Overlord, and the Overlord just got out of there.
Yeah.
Flying stuff that can't do damage that chases each other away.
So that Banshee's inbound now. And immediately Cloak, so I don't know if Rogue's going to realize what's happening until the first Banshee shot's fired. And I don't see any detection here.
Yeah, that's a bit rough. Starts some spores, but there's going to be a lot of dead drones from this. Ryung's whole strategy here is just tearing Rogue apart.
Yeah, every step of the way here, we're basically seeing Rogue get wrecked. I mean, I think he's going to get every single drone. No, I guess not. Ran out of energy, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he killed so many workers there, and he's not even done yet. Now there's Hellions up here as well.
Yeah, he's going to get rid of a bunch of the Lings here. He might have to remake some of those. Not, though. Here comes another Banshee. Thinks twice against that Spore. All right, layer on the way.
Yeah, layer it is. Again, I mean, Rogue is very good at weathering the storm and coming back, but this has been an S-class game from Ryung so far. I mean, he's really played amazingly.
He has, yeah. And I mean, you know, he got away with that 2 racks in his opponent's natural
opener. You got to check for
opener.
stuff like that, man.
It's tough. It's tough to check every single location, but you know, when you get something like that, sometimes everything's going to look brilliant right thereafter. But I would say the Cloak Banshee play was an interesting little turn, right? A lot of times people go faster third CC. We don't normally see very quick Cloaked Banshee as a follow-up, but it worked out fantastically. I mean, Rogue is one of these players that's played so many tournament games, you really can figure out what his responses are most likely to be.
Yeah. And from here, the third base is going to get populated with more SCVs, and we're eventually going to have Ryung come out on the map and try to take some pushes. But first, this double drop comes up. Not sure how effective this is going to be. I think there's too many queens, and you can see Rogue is being extremely cautious with how he's approaching this, you know.
What do you think about the Roach upgrades here? I think this is a pretty desperate play here from Rogue to go into 1-1 Roach.
Yeah, he's basically going to try to have a surprise timing. He basically wants to take a fight. Like around the same time the Terran might feel confident about coming out. He wants to meet that with a bunch of Roaches and try to, you know, basically thrash his army apart.
With how bad his opener was, though, is that going to work?
Well, it's going to be a surprise, I think. I mean, I certainly didn't expect him to tech into this. And, you know, maybe the surprise is going to work, but honestly, this doesn't feel that good, right?
No.
This doesn't feel like it's going to pan out that well. But I think what Rogue's doing is, you know, he's realizing he's in a really bad position, and, you know, he needs to kind of do something weird and unusual to try to get control of this game again. Because Ryung is, like, basically never overextended in any way. He's just taking jabs here and there and getting further ahead. Even this little attack right here illustrates this pretty well. And, you know, it's going to be a problem for Rogue in the long run. So Rogue trying to come out here with something a bit more surprising. And I think we are at the point in time in the game where the Terran's going to be actually active. And we know that because there's tanks coming out, which means he wants to commit to a position and try to shell one of the Zerg's bases.
Well, 8 Ravagers being made. 1-1 is about to finish for him, so he'll be even on those upgrades. Here comes Ryung's push over towards his 4th base location. Now let's see if Rogue can actually hold on. He throws down the Biles, but just makes the Marines move a little bit. The siege tanks just shelling this high ground. Oh my god, Ryung is destroying this.
Yeah, this is not going to work. GG, Ryung takes out Rogue in a day full of surprises.
Yeah. I think the Roach Ravager was a strange play, but, you know, he was so far behind, it's fine. You got to take some sort of risk. Ryung, though, looking very on top of his game. Dude, I tell you what, if you had asked me a year ago, if you were like, what do you think? Do you think Ryung will ever come back? I'd be like, well, if he does, you'd probably barely make it to Code S. Whereas the Terran I'm looking at right now, this guy can top 6 this tournament.
This is what the perfect Terran player looks like. It may be hard to accept.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing so well. Honestly, like, it's exciting. You know, you get some of these guys, they've been in GSL forever, but...
Maybe hard to accept. You may find this implausible, but...
He did get the jump on Rogue, though. I mean, let's not forget, really the start of that, you know, is how we...
That's a macro opener, Tasteless. Okay,
That's the future, man. You don't make buildings in your own base.
It's the past as well. Time's a flat circle. We're going to go into Blackburn, a very different map here.
Right, and let's see what Ryung's got in store for us. As right now, he's got a 1-0 lead versus Rogue.
GSL Season 1. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Team GP, Ryung.
I still can't get over the face that I see on the mini-map every time I look at this. I see Aslan the lion on the mini-map, and I can't unsee it.
Honestly, if you had, like, one of the mustaches that curled up, this would be your face.
Tasteless, if you had an evil carnival mustache, this would be you.
It absolutely would be. You'd look great with an evil carnival mustache.
Yeah. Some more young support here in the audience. I liked mustache Artosis.
Yeah.
I want you to bring it back. You said your wife didn't like the mustache,
No,
though,
she
right?
really doesn't.
Yeah.
Truly does not.
Was it too alpha? It was like too threatening.
Yeah, man.
You look
for
like
sure.
you could do woodwork and stuff. Like there were all these skills. I suddenly
yeah.
like.
If I can ever make a bookcase,
Yeah.
that's too much.
Maybe I should do the mustache at some point in time.
Well, you have a mustache.
Well, I mean, shave the beard off, keep the mustache. is what
I
I'm
would
trying
love to
say.
see you without a beard again. I see all these old pictures of you with no facial hair. My
Yeah.
God, were you hot?
Well, thank you, Artosis, but my head is fatter now. That's the problem. This
Yeah, I
is
can
this is
see
what
that.
bearded guys of my body weight now do. Is we
You get that beard up there.
we get the beard and we kind of trim it down at the bottom to get
Yeah.
more of our square shape and our head back.
It looks good. I mean, you look good.
I haven't taken the beard off in a long. I don't know what's under there, Artosis.
I don't know either.
I don't know what's down there. It may be too much to handle.
I can imagine it's like a Freddy Krueger nightmare. Like, we shave it and there's just maggots. I'm like, oh no, tasteless. What happened to you? Look, I don't know.
Oh, I'm crying. It's so
You're
funny.
like the Hellraiser guy. There's
Yeah.
just pins coming out of you. Oh, tasteless. Lawnmower
God.
man or something.
Oh. That's so funny, man. I'm like, I have tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard. Well, let's see if Ryung could play as strong of a game without getting an advantage right away, like he did in that last game.
Dude, I'm really hoping he actually shows us his older style. Like, Ryung used to very much like Banshees, even speed Banshees into mech, and this map I actually kind of like mech on. We don't see it like actually normally beat Rogue, but we don't see many things normally beat Rogue, so I guess we'll just see what Ryung has planned. Seems like he's done some great planning as well, with that first game at least.
Got a Ling combing the top here.
Ooh, look at that
We
Roach
do.
Horn. Look at the speed of that.
Yeah, Ryung is going to come out swinging pretty quick. It's right up at the front of the base, though, but these queens are positioned far out enough. I don't know if it's going to be as easy to scout.
Yeah, you can't really just run in there. And I mean, he's only, making reactored Marines along with his Hellions, so. Medevac is on the way. I guess the one thing working for Ryung is he didn't get a very fast third CC or anything, which normally if Zerg is rushing, you're getting that fast third CC. It makes it a lot harder. At least he's making units. All right, Medevac with Marines going across the map. A couple of Raxes on the way, so no mech or anything like that as follow-up. Much heavier in units, though. Still
Yeah.
no third CC.
And I like this play here from Ryung.
Yes.
Just come take whatever free kills you can get and try to control the pace of the game that way.
I like that. I like how you say that, too, because a lot of times you'll see them, like, they'll see the Overlord, they're like, no, I have to go get drones. It's
They
like, it's
boost
Rogue.
and-
Do you think you're going to go get drones? Is that what you think you're going to do?
Yeah. This is a guaranteed kill that you're going to get.
Yeah. Take what you can get.
And it's an important position for that, where that Overlord's at.
Yeah.
That Overlord is a spotter for everything else on the map.
Totally.
Okay, that was crazy when he dropped that there. Like,
I think that was a pre-drop. He had that set up because you would never look at that and be like, I need to do this
you're
right
like, you know
now.
what I need to do is drop one Marine because that'll exactly be one shot by this many roaches. It's like
If you're supply blocked, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You need to start a Banshee or
Yeah.
something. Quickest way to kill something.
Yeah. I've had that happen in my games where I'm like, all right, one of these probes is going to have to be killed.
Oh, absolutely.
I forgot a pylon. So the roaches have backed off, and it's actually a lot of drones being made, so we really didn't do that much with the Roach Warren. It's your turn, Artosis. You go.
Well, I'm watching a medevac fly through a slow zone towards
Yeah.
a base that has Lings patrolling, so I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, Tasteless.
That's
but
okay.
Oh, look at that. The Lings that are patrolling come up here. He
Yeah.
micros fancy and then boosts out.
So far, that was my favorite part of this game right there. Stim 10 seconds out from finishing. And we're getting Marines 6 at a time. Tanks are coming, and with the attack upgrade, combat shield, Stim, everything else finishing up, I think we're due for a push pretty soon here from Ryung.
Yeah, you might be right about that. Like, I mean,
But I feel like we never see Rogue die in these kind of positions. Like, can you, in all the games we've casted of Rogue, we've done a lot. I mean, how many games have we actually ever seen Rogue just like die to a push early on?
well, the people that push him like this normally are like a fair amount worse than him. Players like Keen,
Yeah.
Dream. Those are some of the people I'm kind of remembering doing more of these mid-game, trying to figure something out pushes. Let's see what Ryung can get done, because it's again Roach Ravager. Oh wow. Okay,
the
well
boys.
well, I don't. Those SCVs turn around is like the worst fake
Yeah,
I've ever.
he's
He's
like,
like,
oh.
no, they aren't really going out there. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, well, with the SCVs coming, I don't know. We never, ever see pushes like this.
Okay, I mean, this is kind of a crazy maneuver here. Is it going to be enough to smother Rogue? This is a lot of SCVs. The army's starting to get fractured here.
Yeah, he is really going for broke. The Siege Tank's well spread, and he's actually being so aggressive with everything else that the Biles can't connect. So the Siege Tanks remain alive, which is very, very, very important. It looks like he's going to leapfrog one up.
He does supply block him.
Oh.
Killing those two Overlords is actually huge.
You're right. But Ryung's supply, very, very small. He has almost no workers. He's got to make this work. The workers come up now from Rogue. Bios start to come out onto these Siege Tanks. His Marines still putting out a lot of damage, but I think Ryung is going to hold this.
I think Ryung's got this. That last tank hasn't been killed. It's finally picked off. Just one more to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he actually holds, but 23 drones were killed. Keep in mind though, 48 workers here for Rogue, 25 for Ryung. That started with nearly all the workers sent across the map.
I think the game's over now. Like Rogue's got him.
I think we're gonna see the sequel to the attack. Pull the boys too.
Well, Rogue could even,
That's
in
my
like
favorite.
1 minute or so, probably attack him back. Pull the boys too.
Pull the boys too, man.
Gosh.
My favorite buddy
well,
cop
if
movie.
it's even successful a little bit, we're gonna get like 4 Pull the Boys movies right in a row. So
That's right, yeah.
Gotta milk it for
Pull
all
the
it's
boys
worth.
3D.
Yeah.
And then Pull the Boys 4 that went straight to DVD.
Pull the Boys forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Rogue just held it, right?
Yeah,
like
I mean, it was a cool strategy, but Rogue.
You never really see the boys get pulled in a situation like this, but I mean, it was interesting. I like seeing like planned out, strong builds here. You know, he won map 1 with a good plan, and then map 2, he's trying to do it again. Doesn't work out, but that's life.
That's life.
Yeah.
It's an important lesson you can take from that, Artos.
Yeah. You win some, you lose some. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Potato, potato. Am I right? Like,
Yeah.
Now,
No sense crying over spilt milk.
this is a rough one, man. I don't think that there's going to be any headway. The creep spread's insane, by the way.
Yeah.
Look at the creep spread at the top.
Okay, I guess.
Where are the boys?
This is.
Where
like,
are they?
Does he even have enough boys to pull? He only has 25 boys.
Yeah.
It's like not even enough for an overcrowded school classroom. Yeah, I mean, he's just super, super wrecked here.
Yeah, there's no way to micro against this.
No, it doesn't
No
matter.
matter how good you are, it's like... Yeah, GG. Rogue wins game 2, tying this up 1-1. And as a quick reminder, guys, you know, because we kind of talked about this at the start of the show, but a lot of people, you know, they skip the start and they go right into the games. It is a long show. This is the round of 10.
Yeah.
And this is day 1 of Group A in what will be a 2-day process for this group.
Yes.
So if you're watching this and, you know, this is our third best of 3, this is not a normal GSL group. This is the new format we have in GSL to try to spice things up in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah.
So this is not like a moment where whoever wins this goes on to
right.
the next match.
That's right.
Uh-oh, we're going on camera. Gotta put my jacket back on. Gotta put my clothes back on. I cast best when I'm naked, but they don't let me do that on here. That's only
Especially
for
the
Artosis.
audience, man.
Yeah.
Be looking up, seeing things they never wanted in GSL.
I don't know why we're stopping, but some kind of delay here.
I think Rogue is going to the bathroom. He's got to go scream into a pillow that right now he's like at It looks like right now he's probably not going to win the group. It's possible that he does, but he's dropping maps here against players that I don't think he had any plan of dropping maps to.
Ryung does not want to play a normal game so far. He had proxy barracks, and then this almost seemed like an old way to play the game, but he did, you know, 2 base, pulling the boys.
Yeah, no, it was weird. It was definitely very different. I liked actually some of the micro moves he put in there where he pushed so far forward. Like he's taking extra damage on, and this is, I'm sure, why the SCVs came as well, but extra damage on those Marines. Yeah. And that zones back everything so ByuN can't hit the tanks because he needs the steady damage of the tanks over time to be able to break that. But it wasn't enough. Like Rogue just macroed up. It was pretty clear after he didn't die instantly that he was going to be able to break it. Like you know, when you first hit, you need to have it almost win right there with something like that. And
yeah. I thought he was going to take it for a second. I mean, especially when he had the Ravagers zoned back and the tanks were just continuing to shell. But
I think when Rogue walked out of tank range, that was like kind of the moment where it's like, well, these hurt Marines, these 8 hurt Marines can't do anymore. Like if they keep fighting alone, they're dead. And then the amount of time it takes to get your tanks up, and you can't just push them all forward really quickly, or the bios start to connect, the roaches are going to get picks. If you have multiple tanks unsieged, suddenly Rogue can just attack in.
Right.
You know, it's a very tough position there, and there's a lot of vision for Rogue. It's not like he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. So going into Game 3, I mean, are we going to have a macro game? And, you know, I talked about this a little bit with the RagnaroK game, but I think it's applicable here as well, is like sometimes you see people play like this, and look, a win is a win, okay? But it might indicate that they do not feel confidence in a long macro game against this player. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that would be intelligent,
like
actually.
I think everybody's had this experience. Like you queue as somebody who's way higher MMR, and you're like, I'm gonna all in.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
How many people can actually beat Rogue in straight up macro games? It's like
it's hard to think of those games.
Maybe a couple
like,
European Zergs,
and I'm sure
even Maru can't really do it. Like it's just he's like maybe Sarah and Raynor are about it. Like he'll gobble you up if you just let him get into the late game normally.
Right.
So.
All right, well, we're just going to go to Hardwire here for map 3. Does Ryung have any surprises for us? We're going to find out.
Ryung versus Zone.
Ryung.
GSL Season 1.
The greatest TVP ever.
Are we rebels for life, Artosis?
Well, we're approaching our 40s and still casting StarCraft tasteless. So
but in suits.
That's true. Well, to be fair, I have shorts on underneath this.
That's true. It is shorts weather, by the way.
Oh, it's hot today.
I'm still in that moment where I haven't truly appreciated the seasonal change, so I'm like putting on the jacket that I was wearing for weeks past that now is basically...
I came to work in a t-shirt and shorts, man.
That's cool, man.
Sunglasses. I have sunscreen on my nose
right now.
I'm
going to come in here with swim trunks on next time and not say anything, you know.
Absolutely. I'm going to wear my swimming goggles on the cast and tell him I need them for eyesight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and he turns around seeing it.
You've been spotted, and the Overlord has longer vision range than the SCV and the barracks, so he knows what's coming, and he's sending drones out here to punish it. A third barracks.
Oh, do you pull that SCV from the third barracks? I think you do. I think you pull it up to help.
This is where you hope that fortune is on
He has another SCV coming. Was he going 4 racks?
No, I think this is just because he sees that he's been scouted.
Well, no, this was already on its way before that got there. Yeah. Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Well, this doesn't look very good, does it? This isn't very promising.
He needs to start a 4th barracks further back.
Yeah. We actually saw that once from Maru. Do you remember? Like his proxies got scouted, and then he did it again.
Guys, something tells me we're going to be going to a commercial pretty soon.
Yeah, it's not looking too good here for Ryung. Oh my God.
I feel like this is like one of these games where you suddenly wake up in a cold sweat and you're like, oh my God, it was just a nightmare.
That didn't happen. Oh, thank God
that didn't happen. Thank God.
Well, he's going to wake up like that tomorrow.
As a spawning pool is finishing, it's like, can this get any worse?
Dude, this is...
So what do you think? You think
Ryung's
got this, Artosis? You think he's...
I got to tell you, Tasteless, I'm trying to imagine who Ryung could beat with this. Your Zerg, maybe tasteless.
Maybe. I'd even put my Zerg as pretty okay against this.
Yeah,
to be
I think
honest,
you.
you know?
I think you'd look at this and you'd be like, I think I can just make some units here.
I think what I need to do is make Lings. Am I right? Did I do it? And he's going to expand. SCV's coming home humiliated.
It's a tough one. All right, the Lings are coming up. There's no wall. The CC being made.
That's interesting. Goes right for the CC, not the SCV initially. Now, keep in mind that the Marines are coming back, but I mean the rally path is in the way of for the Lings is in the way of the rally path for the Marines. So it's like this is really awkward. This is about as catastrophic of a failure as you can have in an early game.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's getting worse and worse and worse right now. Like I don't even know what you would start thinking about to try to figure out a comeback. Like your highest percentage chance of coming back might literally just be making Marines.
Well, I think you're all right. GG.
Yeah, your highest chance of coming back is fighting Rogue again in the next tournament.
Yeah.
That's okay. So that, I mean, Ryung just got completely destroyed there, and you see him throw his earbuds. Hey, you know what? He cheesed him 3 times. He got a map win, which is pretty decent against the strongest player in the tournament. And there, Rogue now a couple 2-1s under his belt. But
yeah,
you know, it's harder than I think he expected tonight.
Yeah, and you know, that's a rough one there for Ryung. Kind of reflecting on that loss and not happy about it, but what a kind of funny way that went down too, right? It's like all these drones coming out and more SCVs, and yeah, definitely a one-of-a-kind game.
All right,
guys.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Trap against RagnaroK.